I'm actually a little bit early. Oh. Hey, everybody. Listen, if you're just watching the replay, make sure you follow and not just like. That way, when we have a new video, it'll give you a notification or a live video. As soon as I hit the go live button, my project for tonight fell on the floor over here. Well, one of them. I'm going to give everybody a little time to come on. I'm going to chit chat, run out of my mouth. I want to let you know I went to another Walmart this weekend, and they had a lot of cute things that they didn't have in mine when I went the other day. They had this cute little garland for $3.44, and it's rabbits. I don't really care so much about the garland of the ears, but I love the size of the pom-poms. I hated to spend that on it because normally, I like to get good sales. And they also had these cute little lights for $4, and there are 25 of them on here. Now you can heat this little thing up with a hot glue gun, with a heat gun, and it'll actually take the little carrots out. If you get these on sale after Easter or something, go ahead and grab them. But these have little carrots on them, and these have little bunnies on them, y'all. And I always pick these up whenever I see them. They did have some little eggs on some more, but I said, well, I'd rather grab these. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Helen from Georgia. Hey, Cynthia from Pennsylvania. Hey, Patty. How are you feeling? I'm feeling great. It's just hot. It was 84 today. I don't know about all over Georgia, but today in Waynesboro it was 84 degrees. So it's hot here. We have the air conditioner running, which I'm sure y'all all still running your heater. Hey, Lucy from North Carolina. Texas. Another from North Carolina. Hey, Patty. Joyce from Ohio. Vermont. I think that may be correct on you, Tammy. Michigan. Hey, Donna. Okay. Real quick, we had talked about it the last couple lives we had, like maybe last Wednesday and Thursday or Friday, about making your own chalk paint. Now, of course, the chalk paint to me that you can buy is a lot better than this, but this is still chalk paint. I'd say better. I think it's smoother because I'm just not going to sit here and keep, stirring it forever. But we talked about, before chalk paint and it got so popular for us to do a lot of crafts, we bought a lot of this apple barrel or folk art paint. This says Craft Smart. And all of this one has about this much in it. That's why I brought out a ton of just different oranges, and I'm going to mix them all together. Now, the formula, I told you Google it. The formula says you need this stuff called plaster Paris. And y'all see, mine has got dust on it. This stuff lasts forever. Just forever. And it comes like you can get this at Walmart, but any hardware store that sells like sheetrock mud or spackle is going to have this. So Walmart, Lowe's, your local hardware stores in your town or city have them. Vermont, Typo, I figured that, Tammy. Yep, use 650 gallons of fuel so far to heat in this weather. Goodness gracious. My daughter is home now. The nerves in her brain are thinning due to spasms in the brain, which they believe are being caused by the blood pressure going up. She is more prone to strokes, but some lifestyle changes and meds, things should be okay. I'm so glad she's doing better and she's home. Holden Beach, North Carolina, Kansas. Thank you, Tammy. I'm sitting here and I'm starting to sweat. I asked Buffy to turn the air conditioner down earlier, but my hair is down. I may get you, Chris, to grab me this clip when you get a chance on that table. I can just put this hair up. It'll be at least better. New Jersey, a hot and Waycross, upper 70s, beautiful day. Yeah, it was beautiful here, but my mom, it's on this like little thing right here, Buffy, right beside my sunglasses. Yes, my mother came by and she needed 25 bags, big bags of mulch, so I went with her, and after loading that up, I don't think I've ever cooled down today. Let's see if I can get this hair up off my neck. All right, let's see. Woo! I can see how red my face is. All right, West Virginia, Kansas City, yes. Ontario, that's Canada, right, Chris? Yes, I'm looking for you over there. Yeah, Chris is the smart one. He keeps me smart, or I keep him smart because I ask him questions all the time. All right, so we're going to go over how to make this chalk paint. And like I said, still buy good chalk paint. It's just that if you have a ton of this paint left over, instead of it just going to waste, you can turn this into chalk paint. Oh yes, that is much better. And I don't think it'll be such a big deal. I don't think I have anything that'll blow. He turned the fan on for me. I think once I get this light on this phone, I don't know what it is. Hey JC, I'm so glad you're watching. Haven't seen you in forever. Okay, so I got this big bowl. And what I'll tell you is, like, when you read on the instructions, some of them will say, do it in a bowl that you don't care about. It tends to wash out, but I guess it's just saying for safety's sake, don't do it in a bowl that, you know, you're going to make your supper in next. So, and I got a fairly big bowl, and I got something like this. You don't have to store the paint in here. You can put it back in here, but it is extremely aggravating to put it back in these. It gets everywhere. But like I said, I just grabbed a bunch of different shades of oranges that I've gotten, because, you know, it tells you to make at least a cup at a time. So I figured I'm not going to use any of these probably anytime soon before they go bad. So I'm just going to make one color out of them and put them in here. So I just wanted to show you how you can make it. But my suggestion is just use your old paint to do this. It's just not as smooth. It feels a little gritty to me, but it still goes on and dries like chalk paint. It's just a way to use up that acrylic paint before it goes bad. And I'm going to give you the recipe that I have. Now, there's probably a way you can divide it and make it smaller and all that, but I'm going to give you like kind of the standard one I told you just to Google. This stuff, I mean, it's really chalky. It almost looks like a flower. So I could not find a third of a cup because it says use a third of a cup. I found a half, so I want to do it and not just fill it up so much. Because a third is at least lower than a half, so I at least know that. Okay, so we're gonna do it about right there, not all the way up. And then it says use not lukewarm water, but room temperature. I guess maybe it'll clump if you use cold water. So just, you know, put some in a bowl and do, just let it get room temperature, as long as it's not cold. Ugh, see? The stuff can get everywhere. I mean, it is really like dealing with flour. It's gonna get everywhere. Now, I would say with any kind of chemical like this, if you're gonna do a whole lot of it, maybe put your mask on. But I'm only gonna make this, a little bit of it. And it said on the instructions, just kind of mix it. I'm using an old whisk. You know, you have to have your craft kitchen implements and, you know, your kitchen implements. So this is kind of the thing that if I'm gonna do any crafting with, it's like just one that came from the dollar store. It's got like rubber tips on it. And it seems to be melting pretty good. I don't see any lumps in it. Okay, then this ratio, we did 1/3 cup of the plaster of Paris. This also has it comes with like a red front too. This one says crafts and hobbies. The other one says bonding, but I'm pretty sure they're just about the same thing. Maybe they just make that one a little milder for people, you know, who aren't using it to bond things together. Let me see if I can get this up, making it for people who just want to craft with it. I have used both, so I didn't tell a difference on either one of them, so, okay. All right, now it tells you you're gonna mix 1 cup of paint to this ratio. So 1/3 of a cup of the plaster of Paris and 1/3 of a cup of water. I call that the Hammers Duo. Everyone here, I don't know how to say that word here. Where's their hair like that? Oh. People say you can use baking soda in paint. Somebody on here the other night said that's how they make their chalk paint, but I'm sorry, I didn't Google that one, and I should have. Hey Kim, I researched and you can do baking soda instead of plaster of Paris. Everyone has baking soda. Yes, and baking soda is dirt cheap. Now this big thing, It's been so long since I bought them, but I think it's like under $3 for this huge thing. And baking soda, you know, you can get a huge box of baking soda for like $1. So yes, if it's the same thing, I would say whatever's convenient. And yeah, you could probably use the baking soda where, you know, I'm not going to do anything else with that big container. And they don't sell, I didn't see where they sold a smaller container of it. So baking soda is probably a lot better. But when you Google it, Google the recipe, because the baking soda recipe might not be the same. I'm not really sure, and I can't because I'm on my phone. Check it. Hey, Sin and ladies, it was upper 70s in Knoxville, Tennessee today and very windy. I bet it felt wonderful. We had no wind today. All right, so that's good and melted or blended together. So to this, we're going to add, this is a half a cup, so it says add a cup of paint. Let me finish this one out. Now, it's probably not the end of the world if you know your measurements and you're a cook. And you can kind of tell, you probably don't use this, but you know, when it comes to like mixing, I guess, this type of chemical and bond, and you really want it to be good and chalky, you know, have that chalk effect, I would, you know, be as accurate as you can. All right, that was probably just about a fourth. Look, I don't even know where Craft Smart paint comes from. Somebody probably gave me that. You know, when you craft a lot, people tend to, if they don't craft, give you all their craft supplies. I don't mind that at all. And you know, these are only 2 fluid ounces, and there's 8 ounces. Okay, if this helps you any. There are 2 fluid ounces in this little bitty bottle. You know, there's 8 ounces in a cup, and you need 8 ounces in here. So you're gonna need at least 4 of these. That's why I'm blending all kind of colors together, because, you know, I'm not gonna use, I probably needed this specific color for one little thing, and I tend, you know, not to grab it. Now, I got the end of a little tiny spatula to get it out, because like I said, I'm gonna try to be as precise as I can for you. But unless you want to get like a funnel out, grab something. I just grabbed like a little tiny, oh, I hate to set that on my, all right, so let's do one more. And I went back there with y'all when I was hunting this paint, and I have so many of them. I probably got like 8 little carriers that I've like separated the paints in. And I've got like a whole little carrier thing of like off-white, white, like a ivory color, just all these different off-white colors. So I think I'm gonna try to maybe make my own plaster with them, because that I would definitely use a lot of. You know, I buy it all the time because I use it just about, that plaster color, on just about every craft that we do. All right, y'all, I might have grabbed like the exact amount. If I did, I don't even play the lottery, but I guess I should go buy me one. Y'all hear me shaking, and my voice is shaking with me. Hey, Sin and ladies. Okay, baking soda is half a cup to 1 cup of paint. But okay, so you don't mix the baking soda with water first. You just put it straight into the paint. Well, that seems even easier, ladies. And like she said, everybody's got baking soda. And you can buy baking soda anywhere. You can buy it at the Dollar General. All right, now that one wasn't shook up really well. Hold on. Nope. We're not going to be perfect, but we were almost close. Hey, Sin, you sure look pretty tonight. Thank you so much. I had to put my hair up because I was getting to be a hot mess. And Chris is always telling me there's a fan right above me, y'all. You know how crazy, and I don't think. Right above me. But I'm always scared it's going to like blow the ribbon. I just blow stuff everywhere. So I told him no. So he ignored me tonight, went over there and turned it on. And it is, I can't let him hear this. It is doing really well. No, I will tell him you were right and I was wrong. But he'd rather, I don't know what he'd rather do, but he'd rather do anything before he'd say, you were right and I was wrong. And his answer to that is because I'm never wrong. All right, so all but, this says ripe tomato, so it's kind of in between red and orange. I'm always looking to empty stuff in my craft room so it won't look so bad, so y'all look how many bottles I get to throw away. And then I'll get to use this, because I mean, even though we're using this now, come the fall, you know, you'll need orange for pumpkin. And I think this is only like no, it says 1 1/8 cup. No, we put 1/3 of a cup water plus a cup of paint in here. So it's probably not gonna be enough in there to hold it. But let's see. And there we go. Nice and smooth. You know, and like I said, it's a pretty good orange color. I mean, that's pretty much pumpkin orange or carrot right there. So I'm just gonna put it in this little container. Oh, I did put my little spatula down in here. I didn't want to use one of my big spatulas because it does say for you to use things that, you know, you don't use in your kitchen. And I thought I had a lot of these, but obviously I don't. I need to grab some next time I'm in the Dollar Tree. All right. I'm just going to put my paint in this container. And let's see how much we're going to end up with. Like I said, you know, this paint won't last forever. It'll separate. And you want chalk paint. Really, it dries better. It's that matte finish like you wanted. And y'all, I didn't even check to see if this was matte. It's all matte, so it didn't really say that you had to use matte. That would be my suggestion, because we've been buying that for a lot of your projects. So I'll maybe try to find something that seems really liquid. I may try to open one of these up, but I doubt it. I'm probably just gonna like say I missed it. But y'all see how much paint, how much orange paint I got, like over a cup. And normally one of these, like the cheapest one you can find is the Waverly at Walmart, is $7. So, see, I can really tell Chris, I saved him $7, like for real. Because now, probably in the fall, I'm not gonna need, and I wonder if that's too full. Well, no, look at that. And I can label orange. Now, I have no idea how long that's gonna last. And I may have to stir it each time. Like I said, I would not go buy apple. I mean, these are better paints. I mean, probably better formulas. This is just my suggestion to get rid of your old paint or acrylic paint, because I've gotten where I'm not using acrylic paint at all now. I use nothing but the chalk paint. So, let me get this out of the way. So we said we went over that, and I'd been meaning to look it up for you, and I haven't. White is on the bottom. On the bottom of what? Okay, I missed it. Half a cup baking soda, a cup of paint mixed together. Add a couple of tablespoons of water. This said cold. Make sure to mix well. You are making chalk paint. Yes, Sandy. Go back after we finish one thing. If you've got a lot of old paint, instead of like just letting it go bad, I mixed a lot of my oranges together, different shades, and made just one big shade. I don't want to test this top out, so I'm maybe gonna put that over there. Okay. All right, save one of your empty Waverly canisters to put it in. I did. Listen, I found a Waverly, a small one in there, but either you've got when you get down to the bottom, either you need to go ahead and rinse it out, especially if you want to do that. Like, you get to the end of one of these, rinse it out. Because, number one, it's going to change your paint, and it's going to get hard. I had like a couple in there that just had paint in the bottom. It was so hard that's why I was like, I'm not even going to worry about it. This time I'll put it in there, and every time we finish one of these, I'm going to go and rinse them out and keep them. And Chris and Buffy will look at me like, you are the cheapest person in the world, because they're not going to know what I'm doing with it. But, you know, now that I finish it, I'll know when it's still a little wet to clean them out, because once it dries, it's all crackly in there, and I didn't want that. A mixing bowl, the big bowl, on the big bowl. Oh, you're saying I got white paint on the big bowl? Oh, I see it right there in the corner. Let's see if it's a real bad little clunky clunk. It was some of it, but not much. I might just throw me some little plaster in there to make sure. Don't do what I do. But I want to let you know it can be done, and it's not terrible. Ugh, now I've got paint all over me. So use a clean surface. Ugh, and I've got like 2 of those plaster repairs. Y'all probably could make gallons of it. And it says you can do latex paint just like that too. So if you have big cans of like house paint that, you know, you're not going to do anything with, before you throw it away, make your own chalk paint out of that. Because actually that's what the formula calls for, is latex paint, not acrylic, which is kind of, they're both water-based. I put mine in an old jar. Yes, anything with a big mouth, like me, would work just fine. Don't put that down, sink it, may harden. All right, when Chris and Buffy come in here, I'm gonna tell her to put it in the sink. Canning jars are awesome to put paint in, yes. But I mean, I love to can, so I usually leave my canning jars for that. But I love like pickle jars and things like that. That's usually what I make like my painting jars with, because it sticks to the side of it. So anytime we have some kind of jar here, they know to rinse it out and keep it, because I'm gonna need it for something. But those are especially something that you can screw a cap on, would work perfect. Yes, I did that with gallons to do my kitchen cabinets at my old house. Yes, like I said, it's for latex paint. Okay, let's get into our craft. Okay, we're gonna, well, that's the one I cut up first. Okay. I don't know if you remember, or if you were following back during Halloween, and we made a sign, almost like a picket sign for Halloween with ghost stuff on it. It was a board, you know, like this, but maybe it was for fall. You know, they kind of make these standard boards. And someone asked me earlier how long they thought these boards are, because y'all, this is, I would say this is something you could make a poster board, but I'm going to put this where it could get rained on, or water for me watering my tulips. So you're going to have to, you know, I would get like a real piece of board, unless you're going to keep it on a plant underneath your porch or something. But let's see, this is 8, 16, 24. It looks about maybe 26 to 27 inches long, and it's only about 6 inches wide. All right, the real little eyes on it are real. Oops, and they're coming off easy. I thought I was going to have to do it. Those came off super easy. But it's got these cute little feet at the bottom of them, which I'm really going to keep. They'll make a good little stencil for something else. But we're all about little baby chicks tonight, not bunnies, believe it or not. Well, that come up rather easy. Now, we can always use the other side, but these you could see from the other side. It had a little bow on it also, but see, the back side has, I mean, doesn't even have a tag, so I would suggest use your back side. These, they get kind of bowed in the store, how you store them, so try to keep this kind of stuff stored flat. Howdy, Martha. Connecticut. Thank you so much for sprinkling. Tell Buffy she should see how cheap I am. Oh yeah, that's they constantly say, you know, laugh about how cheap Mama can be. But I'm really not keeping the jars to put things in like when they were young. You know, you run out of, I mean, you use all your butter, your country crock. I mean, I'm going to use that country crock as Tupperware to put like leftovers or something, especially when people are at your house and, you know, you want to send leftovers home with them, or soup or something like that. I don't want to have to go get that stuff back. So I do keep all that. And one time there was this little joke. I think on Facebook or something, that said, at my mom's house, I have to open 5 country crocks to find the butter. And that would definitely be my house. Oh, I'm cutting out. It's not cutting out. Y'all give me some hearts if I'm not freezing on you. Maybe it's just, Jean, I hope it's just your phone. I don't want to wish that on you, but I haven't. Oh, Indiana. Love all containers. Mine too, yeah. It's just so easy. I mean, and they all laugh at it until they want to, and especially with Chris, you know, cooking a lot for his grandmother. That way we can just send it over there, and I don't worry about getting that kind of stuff back. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to work on this, but we are going to use the other side either way. And we're going to use one of these. I've already taken the little pick off of it, but this is what it looked like when you're buying them. In the Dollar Tree, I couldn't remember if they had a lot, but the other day I was in there and they do have like 3 or 4 different colors and stripes and stuff. So, no. And they actually have these like little pieces of, what do you call that? Like foam paper on there. But what we're going to do is we're going to make a little chicky baby with our foam board. Now, I need to put these two together, so I need to take this foam off of here. Even if I don't use this side or the other side. But you know, when I started cutting that up, I'm going to have to use the front of that side unless I turn the other one, which maybe we'll do the other one so you can see it. Okay, those come off, but it looks like it's got a little bead of glue across it. And that's coming up really easy too. Okay. All right. So my inspiration is my baby chicks. You got these little packs of baby chicks. We're fixing to make these boards because I want a big baby chick. Look like one of these. So we can get one out. But you know me, I'm only going to use yellow and jute color. Yellow, jute, and white on here. But I wanted to show y'all some of these things. When I'm always telling you, get some, you may not use this big egg, but you don't ever know. This summer, somebody could come out with something and they're like, oh, I used an egg for Christmas. So I always kind of buy these, but look at this. I'm putting it together for a chick today because this is actually what we're gonna do. We're gonna put this together and it's gonna be, and we're gonna make it look like this baby chick. Hold on, we're gonna actually use this side, not the pointy side. We're gonna use this side because we're gonna make this look like the baby chick. But as I'm sitting here putting them together today, look, you got the beginning of a bumblebee right here. Here or here. You could put the wings on it from a costume and make you a butterfly for this summer. Anything. Keep these. I really thought this looks like maybe in the fall you could make a spider for Halloween. You would just put your little legs out to each side. But always, you know, just sit there and like play around with it. You'll find something to do with a piece that you have left over, especially any kind of big boards like this. And it's so good to be able to have them when they just cost $1. Because if you had to cut it out of wood, it just gets expensive. Okay, so we're gonna move that to the side right now and figure out exactly how to cut our chicken. Now, what I did was I took a pen, and I really want to do this side, but this paper does tear easy, so I'm going to have to use this side. And I just drew this with a pen. You don't have to be perfect on it, and I actually made several cuts. When this is all done, maybe I'll do another one on here, and if you want me to, when I go back to work, can send you the pattern. Because all I did was just do a loop. And I took my X-Acto knife or box cutter and scored the top, and then you can just cut it with regular scissors. So we just took that end and I did a little loop. And like I said, box cutter, straight edge, whatever you have. You're gonna press down fairly hard because this is 2 pieces of that pressed, like real hard cardboard. And it has paper on the front and paper on the back. Now, if you want to use the back, don't do what I'm doing right now. Cut it from the front. I mean, cut it from the back. Because whatever way you cut, like this way, hold on, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Whatever way you cut it from, it's going to tear the back of the paper. See, when I cut it, it tore the back side, so I can't use that side. And, you know, using the glitter side is aggravating. So, we're just going to take our X-Acto knife, box cutter, straight razor, whatever you got. If you got some kind of like little snips, that'll be fine. And see, the only thing that's holding on right now is the paper on the backhand side. So when you kind of fold it up, see how it tears the paper? So cut it from the side that you want to use, but you can just either tear that paper back or you can cut it some more. I think I ended up cutting it with my scissors the last time. All right, let's see. All right, so now we have our little chicken, the little back part. And remember, you know, you got to make it a little bit more dramatic because this is going to be a bigger chicken. All right, so we can put that one we tore to the back. That way I don't have to paint on the, whoops, this one. I don't have to, I do it the same way. No, but I cut it different. Hold on, all right. Okay, we're gonna make our chicken with our head over here. And I don't know what it is about my brain that's not wanting to go to that side. Hey, from Illinois, a ladybug. Yes, I mean, you could make, just pull up all kind of insects and you could just start putting, then you could use 2 to, you know, like an ant. You know, your kids watch that movie Ants when they were little? You know, cut these out. You can make a snowman with them. You can save these pieces if you don't do anything for them or Easter, because I guarantee you for another holiday or another season, you're going to use them. But sometimes I hate to do that. Thank you, Debbie, because I hate to like bring this piece out in like October and say, well, remember the Easter eggs? So I'm thinking, you know, I have a craft room, but not everybody has a craft room. Okay. All right, and we are definitely going to use the other side because I've learned with dollar store products that getting this tag off, the glue for it is, you can get it off, but then you end up having to wet this so much that it's not any good. So we're definitely going to use this side, but I got the little pieces off and we'll get the glitter off. All right, so see how his head is round? We're not going to really use this part. We're going to use this part for his little head. We're definitely going to put it behind it. But like I said, we're going to go off him. And I got this all out. Y'all see how organized I was? Showing y'all what we were going to do tonight. Y'all don't get used to that. Because I really sat. I was like, I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do this chicken. So I was over here playing with it. And I started to do one. But then just like that, I knew I'd end up cutting it. And, you know, to show you how I cut it and all that kind of stuff. All right, so we're gonna use this side. So it's gonna kind of look funny for just a minute. Because his little butt, his little chicken butt goes down here more flat, which I'm doing it kind of up, but more flat. And his little head is right there. Now you can cut that and just glue it on the end. I mean, it's got a little bit of a ridge, but I'm not gonna do that. He can be a little 2-dimensional, or we'll try it out, and if it doesn't, we'll cut it out. Hey, how are you doing with the COVID? Oh, I haven't had any more issues. I went Friday morning and got my test and it was negative, so I hadn't even really had any sinus issues. Now with this getting up to 84, and if it drops back off to 54, then I'm sure my sinus issues will come back. Just getting on. Hello from Florida. All right, North Dakota. North Dakota. I bet it was so cool there today. You know, I felt so guilty going, oh my gosh, where is that cool weather when everybody's having to deal with cold and blizzards and no power? I just felt terrible for wanting it to be cold here. But then when I started sweating, I didn't feel so terrible anymore. Okay, so we'll go ahead and glue him down. But let's get a little bit of this glitter off before we knock him loose after we glue him on there and we hit it and it may come loose. Because you really have to do, you know, get some real abrasive, lower grade sandpaper to get this glitter off. It's just a nightmare. And they could build bridges with whatever glue they put this glitter on with. Not gonna worry about this part because it's gonna be covered. Chris, you were right. This fan really does feel good.
You're welcome.
He said, you're welcome. But see how I did that? See how I said you were right and I was wrong?
Yeah, because you're on TV.
He said that's because you're on TV. I'm trying to be nice. Okay. No, I'm not. I'm being super nice. What are you laughing about? I hate when y'all whisper over there and I don't know what's going on. Hey from Georgia. Buffy, how do you say Jossie? Jossie? Josie? That's a pretty name. It was a warm day here in Georgia. Yes, Vicky, it was warm. It was downright hot. It was 84 here. And every bit 84. It wasn't any wind. We got some clouds later on in the afternoon. Here from North Carolina. What are we making tonight? We are making a little chick. And he is going to be on a sign that we're going to pluck in the yard. But we are figuring out our chick right now. We took an egg. And now we are putting this little baby chick, you know, y'all. I'm wondering, let's go for it. Let's cut it. I mean, if he had to hold up by itself, maybe I wouldn't say it. It only has like 1/8 of an inch right here, but he's gonna be flat on this board, so that'll give it some more stability. So let's go for it. You know, we're crafter warriors. And for all the new people, I've had a lot of people inbox me. I think Facebook is starting something new where if you, if you just joined it's like I automatically send you a message saying, welcome to Sin's Craft. You know, what can I tell you about my business? Because everybody's sending these messages like, tell me more about your business. So I try to tell you I don't have a business. I just have a craft page. But I've gotten to meet a lot of people on the little instant messenger thing, talking to them. So if you're new for that, I didn't send it out. I think it's something that just automatic, like a welcome it sends you now to like help you out. But I'm glad you're here anyway. Hello from Kentucky, flooding here. Oh, I hate that, Diana. It's supposed to start raining tomorrow here. I think we're supposed to get, what did my mother say, 1 inch every day till like, all right, y'all, I'm doing this very carefully. And that's just about all the way through. It's supposed to like 50% chance here. It's supposed to rain the next 3 days. Everybody wants to, you know, hate that or, you know, whatever, but I like it when it rains. All my flowers right now, my tulips are coming up. They all need rain. I haven't put any water on them in days. Thinking we've been getting so much water, I turned all that off. Okay, there we go. love your makeup. Not that you don't look nice all the time, but something different. Well, I have mascara on. I can't wear makeup on my face. I wish I could, but it would be gone with all the sweat. So I do have some mascara on though. The rest of that rosy stuff you see is because I'm so hot. And not like a good hot, like a hot hot. All right. All right, I need to get to crafting and quit running my mouth, don't I? Okay. All right, so I didn't quite make him. I didn't evidently trace it very well. Okay, there we go. Little humpy space right here. This is trying to match it up. I'm gonna have to do a little extra cut. And this is gonna be harder to match it up, but okay, there we go. Well, see, it makes these little gaps, and I don't like the gaps. Oh, okay, there we go. I just didn't have it down far enough. All right, give me just a second. I gotta make sure I glue them together, and I don't glue it to my paper down here. All right, but like I said, making him a little multi-dimensional is okay. Ow. And not to burn your finger. Hello from Corpus Christi, Texas. Got to 91 here here, rain tomorrow. So we must be on like the same thing from Texas. It's supposed to rain. It's 84 today and it's supposed to rain tomorrow. I'll take the rain instead of the snow. I know, I feel so bad, Judy, about wishing it was cold here, what everybody's going through with the cold. That feels like it's got some stability to it. It's not the best. You could probably take one of your little feet and help it, or a Jenga block and put it together, but I wouldn't put anything on the back, because once we put our little chick on our pick, I can glue it up. I can glue it up here on the back, so that way if the bond isn't the best right here, I'll still have that on the back. All right, there you go. And y'all got to see what I'm going to use for his beak and his feet. Okay, remember, this is the little chicken we have, his little feet. We're going to use carrots, because that makes the cutest little beak. And you can open his mouth, you can put a little beak together. And, hold on. These are gonna be his feet. Down at the bottom. Well, actually they won't be together. They'll be a little apart. But that'll be his feet. But I don't get to that part because y'all can't tell what it looks like till I get this color off of here. We got to make him all one color. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little technique with the glue gun that is going to make him look like fur. But first, let's get this painted up. And I'm going to paint it white. And then we're going to distress it a little bit, because he's going to be mainly our... And I need that fawn color we spoke about that looks like jute fawn. And then we're going to use plaster. Hey, spreading the love. Thank you, Kathy. And you are a hottie, hottest crafter of all. Thank you, so sweet. Hot flashes, yes, child. There ain't nothing in this world but hot flashes. But I was telling my mom today, you know, we went and she drove this truck that has no air conditioner to pick up. She needed to put stuff in the back. She has this old truck that she was driving. No air conditioner. It's 84. I did at least have a t-shirt on. And, you know, she doesn't get hot anymore. And she's like, you're hot? And I'm like, yes, I got to roll the window down too, since you have no air conditioner in here. And she was like, gosh, your hot flashes out there. I was like, listen, probably 85% of it is being overweight, but the other 15% is hot flashes. No matter what the cause is, I needed air conditioner. So I started rolling the window down, and it wouldn't hardly go because it was like stuck to the top because she never rolls that window down. And I was like trying to help it come down, and she was like, oh, don't do that, because what if I can't get it back up? And I'm like, you just can't get it back up because it's hot. And if you're not, no air flowing, I got to get some air flowing, because I would not let her pick up one of those bags. She got her new hip last May, and those bags are heavy. I mean, they're like 10 pounds a piece, and she got 25 of them. There was a guy out there helping us, so nice. And he and I mean, like 2 bags into it, I was like, what was I thinking telling her I'd come out here and help her? I love her and I don't want her doing it. But, yes, I was like, no matter if it's from being overweight, hot flashes, whatever, it's 84 degrees, I'm hot, we're rolling this window down, even if this window never comes back up. You can just, you see those people, they have to put like a bag on their window or something. She's going to do something like that. It is cold Nova Scotia. Canada can't wait for spring. Oh, man, it was like a really spring day here. But, I think it's just grass is greener for everybody. Everybody that lives up north is like, oh, I want your weather because it's already warm here. And we're all wanting your snow, and you hate the snow, and we hate the humidity and the heat. Because today it got on up there where I was kind of like, I'm coming inside. It was a little too hot for me. I don't know what I'm going to do this summer. I say that every year. Keep my air conditioner running. But you wouldn't want this humidity. You wouldn't live here but a year, and you were like, let me go back to the snow. And I probably couldn't deal with the snow, but one time, especially when I tried to drive in it, I would be so scared to drive in the snow. That I would come back on probably. But who was it the other day that commented on something and said it was freezing? It was getting above freezing. And I mean, I don't think I've ever been in weather at any time that was, what is the coldest? Somebody that's on here from Waynesboro, what is like the coldest it gets here in like the teens? Maybe, and that would be in the middle of the night. I don't think I've ever I got to go to work today, and y'all were saying it's 8. No, it get like in the middle of the night, it might get that cold. But it just doesn't, I don't know what it would feel like to go out in like minus 15 degree weather. Hey, Debbie. My grass in the backyard is green. Saw bunnies popping around it today. I drove home, what was it, last night from Athens. We moved Neely yesterday, and it was late. Chris went ahead and came home. And it was dark. There were 1,000 deer on the road. I don't know how I didn't hit any of them. But I didn't see any bunnies. My son is getting a pool this summer. I think I may move in. Nancy, yes. But I mean, it's hard for me to go sit out by a pool with my hot flash. I'm like, I got to get in the pool. And then here in Georgia, pools are like bathtubs by the end of the year. I don't care if you keep it circulating, whatever they do, it's all hot. So, by July, I'm not coming to your house, getting your pool, getting your bathtub. Love you, bless you. But no, I'm done by then. Would love the heat, yes. And see, I would love the cool. Well, the hair in your nose freezes. Oh my gosh. But no, oh my God, that is hilarious. Yes, but I would like to experience it once. What were we talking about? Ice fishing one time? I think I would be scared to go on anything. Even if the ice was like this thick, I would be scared to even walk on it, much less you know, like start boring holes in it to go fishing. I'm like, don't do anything that'll make it crack. All right, because I want to put streaks in this like it's wood, I wanted to make sure it's really, God, I feel like I'm gonna pop this, but it's trying to bow on me. Hold on, that'll be a better thing. It's just not straight. Which when I glue it to my little pick that I have, I'm gonna show you, that'll help straighten it out. But I guess maybe when I put it in my little craft room, I didn't put it down. Girl, it really does when it's negative. Funny. Yep. You would love the after effects of the hot flashes. What is that, like you're cold? Because my mama's cold all the time. But I don't think my mama ever had hot flashes. I think that's just me. I was just the lucky one out of all of us that went into early menopause at 40. This is my 6th year of this. Of just being hot all the time. And my poor air conditioner, I don't have to replace it for long, but that's the only thing that's keeping me going these days. All right, I'm just putting this fawn color around the edge because I really want it weathered. And I finally ran out of my little baby wipes, but that would be a good thing to help spread this. Put a little water on that. And this is the closest color that I have found that goes really well with jute. Truffle does a little bit, but I just like this color with the jute. Any kind of jute or burlap, anything like that. Oops. 65 and don't think I had hot flashes. Yeah, my mom, I don't think did either. I started at 36. I'm now 67 and I still have the hot flash. Oh gosh, Diana, don't tell me that. I think I'm gonna have them forever. Which, you know, I will say this, when I was young, I've always been hot-natured. So I don't know if that, even when I was like young and played sports in high school, didn't have any, you know, fat on me at all, I still tended to get hot. And the worst thing is the only place I sweat is on my face. Okay, there we go. Like a weathered piece of wood. The only place I tend to sweat is on my face. You know, that makes it even worse. I had a mask on yesterday when we were in Athens with Neely, and I like looked at her. I mean, I had to keep wiping it off my hand. I was like, I had them, but not bad. Now both of my girls are having hot flashes. I've driven the school bus with the ice on the inside of the bus windows. I've had to stop and knock snow off my wipers, even continuing on my route. Bless you, because that is like some real work, having to deal with like little kids, knowing you want to strangle them probably. Unless they're little ones. I think everybody thinks the little kids would be awful, but that would be the awesome ones, because they just think bus drivers and garbage men, they think they're y'all the coolest people in the world. They love like big, driving big vehicles and stuff. All right, so I kind of got my wood like I wanted. I wanted just like a weathered piece of wood. I mean, nothing special, and just really those colors. You could use your antiquing, but my bow is gonna have like burlap and like that linen color and the jute in it. So that's why I want to enter that color into my board. But you can use the antiquing or any kind of brown chocolate color is a good antiquer too, or weathered look. I've always called hot flashes zingers. I've always been hot-natured also. Yes, Diana, maybe that's what it is. We just always couldn't deal with the heat. All right. This is a lot easier, this little technique that I'm fixing to do, when you have a low temp glue gun. I don't have that. So I'm gonna have to do mine a little bit thinner. But if you have a low temp or like a little small, cheaper $1 or $3 hot glue gun, they're your lower temp. But there are some glue guns that you can set on high temp and low. If you have one of those, set it to low temp, because then you can do this technique thicker. And all you do is kind of like when you quilt, and you just do it in little random patterns, like so. And you're just gonna keep doing that all over. We'll really do it on this little hump, so I try to take some of that out of here. Maybe when I paint it, you won't see it as much. You could also decoupage this. Decoupage it with cloth too, would be really pretty. But y'all, I'm really enjoying all of your crafts. Oh my gosh, and you're doing ones that we've done. That is so awesome. Trying to switch hands so I won't just keep doing the same pattern the whole time. All right, great. I was lucky. All I ever had was night sweats. Now that's all behind me. Years ago, you'll forget about it. I've been busy today working on a barbed wire wreath. Oh, I bet that's why I don't need it yet. What are you going to do for the wing? I'm gonna shade it. I'm not gonna put anything on him. Only thing we're gonna put on him is some feet and a beak. Which, you know, the feet or the beak, you don't have to use what I'd use. I just thinking, you know, I'm gonna use these little carrots. We might do it and it may look awful. But his wing, I'm gonna shade it because I brought out some of this maize color and I've got my little Colonel mustard color and the plaster, and I'm gonna just shade him different colors. And it shouldn't take but a second for him to dry, just because I did it really thin because my glue gun is hot temperature. All right, let's see. And I'm gonna do this just like we did the other night when we were doing the sky. You could do in a circle motion, but I really like this little maize color, and I got a big bottle, but I couldn't find it in the middle of all my stuff earlier, and I wanted to take a picture for y'all. All right, so. I was looking at a hat. What is the name of the distressing color you used? Fawn. Like, you know, a baby fawn. That's the color I use. But most of the time I would use like an antique or any kind of chocolatey colored, a black glaze is really pretty. I'm just introducing the juice, and I'm doing the bow colors have more of that fawn color in it, so that's why I use that. All right, so we'll add this darker color right here for his little wing. And we'll distress a little bit with our fingers around this part too. All right. right, so we're just gonna put a layer on here, and then, because sometimes, I mean, you would think it might be a little bit better to paint at least a background color first and then put your hot glue on it. But remember, the heat from the hot glue will make that paint come up. And you want that glue to have like a good bond. So either, you know, get all the glue on it and paint it white or whatever background color you want, and then shade it. Whatever. I tend to think it's going to shade better because the little ridges are almost like a little abrasive blender for you. All right. These little bottles, I would only say buy if it's some kind of weird color that you think you may only use like a couple of times. Unless they're just out of a color you have to have, I would not buy them. You know, when you go in there, because there's really not that much in them, and they're cheaper than the big ones, of course, but it's still more expensive to get it that way. But if it's some kind of like green or something that you may, or purple, something you're not going to use a lot of, definitely get that one. All right. Almost got at least our first layer on. Oh, that was paint on me. What are you going to do for the wing? Okay, what is the name of the distressing color? We ought to answer that. Thank you. Love the color. I do too. It's called maize. You know, like corn maize. I like it too. It's really pretty. I can't remember. I think it's about the only yellow they have. This other color is a Dixie Belle paint, and it's Colonel Mustard. Trying to get in those holes so you can't tell that his head was connected on. All right. It's all about to do the chickies tonight. All right, let me go back on the little holes now. Get this excess off my brush. All right, so this is what he's looking like so far. And then we're gonna start shading him a little bit. But see, with the glue on it, just giving him some texture. Almost looks like, you know, like a pressed tin looks when you get it. What did you use to clean your paintbrushes? Water. I don't spend a lot of money on brushes. So I don't do a whole lot on them, but I just usually leave them sitting in water. And the only negative thing about that is they do kind of come loose. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. They come loose from the wood if you leave them sitting in water a long time. But if they come loose, I always have my hot glue gun, so I just throw some more glue on it and stick them in there. But I just have water over here. And when I rinse them out really good in the sink, I just use like a good little pressure on them. But I don't really ever put anything special on them. Came in late. What are you crafting tonight? We're making a chicken pick. And when I say a baby chick print, I should say. All right, we're gonna shade him a little bit white around the edges. He's gonna be darker in color the more inside. Now, I did not completely dry it because I'm wanting to blend now. So the only time you wanna completely dry your project is when you're actually wanting to distress it or layer the colors as far as like, you know, you're putting eyes on something but we're actually wanting this to blend in. So I did not dry it. But I'm gonna have to be careful if I wanted to use my heat gun because, let's get this little wing shape there, because remember I have all this hot glue on here. Okay. Remember, a chick, he's, you know, lighter on the outside than he is or the edges of him than he is on the center. I'm liking him. And it's not perfect, but you see it's not quite as easy to see the seam as it was before. You can if you're looking really hard, but I think it's blending well. Now I am gonna dry it now. I don't care if this has a little yellow in it. I'm not gonna waste all this paint. Okay. I'm gonna dry him and then I'm gonna put a little brown around the edge, the antiquing around his wing. And then I'll probably make his little eye just with the brown because we already have it out. It doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, black. I love the texture. I do too. And I'll tell you who you know the guy that I told you I watched, and I need to like pay attention to the names. But he makes Barbie dolls look like characters, whether they are real life superstars or characters on film. And he's the one that I watched show you how to turn hair, like regular yarn, into like Barbie doll hair, and it really works. It's so awesome. He does that texture to make a leather effect, like make something look like it's leather. Obviously he does it a little bit smaller than this, but it gives it like a leather effect. All right, let me get the edges, y'all. I just think that's gonna be important because you don't want that dark to come through. And look how there's like a little piece of the glue kind of came off the edge. You probably can do that a lot all over it, and it'll give it like a, you know, make it look even more like little real fur. Little baby chickie fur. All right. So we learned how to turn some eggs into baby chicks tonight, and we learned how to make some chalk paint. So before you run out and get different chalk paints, remember to watch the beginning, and you can take some of the, especially for weird colors, like I'm saying, you know, sometimes you're just like, oh, I need this. Like I don't use purple a lot, any shade of purple. I even hesitated to use it on anything when we were doing like little Halloween stuff. I don't know what it is. Purple, violet, anything. So before I would go, and I can't even remember if I saw a purple paint of any chalk paint. I can't remember. I would go back there and grab just my purple acrylic paint in different shades, because I know I think I have like all colors in that, you know, if you're just doing a project, say if you're doing like a rainbow of any kind and you need like, you know, all these colors that you're used to, you're not used to using, then I would definitely make your own I mean, they were saying baking soda. I mean, most people in the South keep their baking soda in their refrigerator. I don't know if that's like an all over thing, but we keep baking soda for all kind of things. So definitely do that. And use up all that paint that you have. I think I'm going to put the little holes at the bottom. And I think this needs to be a little bit whiter because I don't want my chick to blend with this. So let's get a little bit of this out and make this a little bit whiter. And we'll use the same effect we did earlier. With the wet napkin or wet paper towel. To keep brushes nice after cleaning, run them over a bar of soap, following shape of the brush. Now, when I do dry it like that, like if I put it in after I've just rinsed them out really well, I do put them in a napkin and like she's saying, when they're dry, keep the shape of the brush. But no, I don't do anything special to mine. I'm sorry. Chicken eyes are a yellow color. Yes, we're going to make his a little brown. Just because it'll be a different color, Martha. A different animal other than a bunny. Yeah, you know, just something. We've been doing a lot of bunnies, so... I had that little pack of baby chicks, and I was like, I keep wanting to do like a little trail of baby chicks. I wish I could find a big chick, so it would be like all these little babies following their mama, but I haven't seen a big chick anywhere, but now I haven't been looking very hard. Okay, I'm going to leave a little bit of the darker on the edge, or the fawn color, but that way... Ooh, I sat here and run my mouth and let this dry. Hold on. And wet it back up a little bit. There we go. Just to bring a little bit of white back into it. Because I didn't want it close to the baby chick color. Now I feel like it's like a little too white, y'all. Am I like wishy-washy or what? Okay. And his little feet be there, and his little baby lips will be over there. Okay. So that way, see, we have more white and we can see it a little bit better. Y'all, you know, I'm nervous about tacking him down. Because what if I don't like him where I put him? Isn't that awful? Be all indecisive. I won. I'm running through the dish. Okay, that chick is going to be so cute. My whole house is chickens. I love like a real pretty rooster. My friend, Miss Dale Tinley, she had this beautiful rooster. And I did not like his colors. It was kind of like a dully. It was like his really pretty colors, but they were dulled down to where I didn't like it. So we painted him white and like distressed, and on the tips of his wings, we really sanded it down so the colors underneath would come through. He turned out to be so pretty. So I do love like a rooster. I'm not a big chicken person though. That will work great in it. I just learned how to fix wonky paintbrushes. Boil a pot of water and place the paintbrush over the steam for a few seconds. The bristles go straight. I tried it on the cheap brushes and it works on them too. I wanted to try that. I've got some paintbrushes that I do let get scraggly looking because sometimes when you're painting fur on animals and all that, or some things you need it to look all, you know, not cattywampus. You need it to look messy. Like when it tells you do like bright, dry strokes. But that'd be awesome because sometimes I do lose brushes. But I mean, all of them tell you, and I don't know if it's because they just want you to buy more brushes from them. All of them will tell you, don't leave them sitting in the water ruining you. Y'all, these paint brushes, even after I clean them, when I break down like after a week and go over there and clean them, that night I stick them right back in the water. So, I mean, and they still paint every night. They do come loose every now and again, the metal from the wood, but I just stick some hot glue on it. I always have on it, and it just goes back together. So yes, I don't always listen to the manufacturer's warnings. Okay. This would look really cute if you have to do a sheet. You could really keep all of them curly, and that would be really cute. You could do so much with your hot glue gun. Okay. Hope I wasn't cutting out there. I think the last time I kind of cut out is when. All right, let's see, little chickie. Do you some little chickie wings, y'all. And if y'all have never watched me before, I love to do my finger. Okay. Ooh, I got quiet on y'all, didn't I? All right, I'm just putting this little wing in here. This will work great in it. Only brushes you can't keep in water are camel hair brushes. Now, I don't know if I even own any camel hair brush. What do you do with those? What do you use to make the chicken? I didn't see the front. We use this and a big egg. We cut the little tip. This once was like a big egg. We cut the tip, and then we used this as our head, kind of like so. You'll have to watch the replay. But because on there, I show you how you can make, like, just playing around with that, you see all these other little insects that would be really cool for the summer, especially this size, like a butterfly for a wreath or something. Our chick has been played outside and he got a little dirty, y'all. He didn't get a little dirty, he just got a little bit more realistic. I'm trying to really define his little edges, just around the edge. He almost looks like a piece of tin. I don't know if y'all can see up close. He just looks like a piece of tin, which would be really pretty. Remember we talked about that corrugated tin? If you cut a piece of that in the shape of, you know, a bunny or a chick. I had a cafe and I called it the Hen House Cafe. All the decor was chickens, roosters, chicken feeders, Nesting boxes, chicken waterers. It was cute and fun. It sounds adorable. Don't you paint a portrait of Dylan before? Yes, when they went to San Francisco, I painted one of his pictures. It took me like all year. I gave it to him for Christmas. But it was his profile. I don't think I could paint anybody a straight face. I think I would, I think the only thing I've ever painted straight on was my niece's corgi. She's got a corgi dog, but it was Dylan's profile. He was like looking out over the bay. It was a really pretty picture. And when I went to his house one time, they were like, I was like, where's that picture? And they had it like in the bathroom or something. They were like, you know, you just don't have a picture of yourself up in your living room. I was like, yeah, you do. You know how long it took me to paint that picture? Okay. So, I'm liking him. I may put a little bit more. But see, with these ridges, if you run your finger, I don't want to put a lot. You run your finger, just, I mean, kind of dirty them up a little bit. It's not that you're really... I'm gonna put his eye right there. It's not so much that you're turning it all brown. You're just kind of dirtying him up just a little bit. Okay. So our chickie's right here, and I take it his eye would just go right here. You know, I'm trying to think, y'all. I love the carrots for legs, but I'm wondering if I can do just a beak out of some part of here. I'm nervous about making his beak, his carrots. It was amazing. You are so talented. Love watching. Oh, thank you, Tracy. You're so sweet. Tracy, you haven't been cutting any more bushy eyebrows, have you, on men, have you? Tracy cuts hair. And the night that we were talking about guys having bushy eyebrows, she was the one that said that they clogging up her clippers. But you are so sweet. You could use the 10 cookie sheets. Yes. And as big as he is, you got to think, put into the side like this. Once I have him down on here, it may be a little hard for me to trace, but I still can probably do it to give you the shape. Because yes, if you have like a whole piece of wood, the only thing I'm saying is the 10 most definitely you could put outside. But if I send you the chicken outline and say you did this out of cardboard, find a project to do inside, because you know the poster board is one rain and it's not really going to hold up. It's going to peel back. The paper's going to peel back from the foam. Thanks. I would have kept it open, but got very sick and decided to call it quits. I'm so sorry. On my husband, Tracy, that is hilarious because I can't believe it wasn't on my husband. All right. Because he's the first one that come home and said they put like a comb in his eye, and then they did a little thing across it, and I'm like, uh-huh. I wish I could put like a comb right here and go, Okay, so his chicky lips. It looks like they're big on the top, smaller on the bottom. So, we'll kind of say... And I'm just using the other part of the egg, the top of the part we don't use. So you still don't need any more products or, you know, supplies. We're just cutting this off. And remember, hopefully we can attach it just like we did the other one. Okay. Is that, let's see. Looks like it goes down like this. And in. Y'all, I gotta sit here and watch this for a second. Hold on. I gotta use my brain. Oh, gotta come in some more. How about that? About that for his little lips. His lips. You know how like when young people take those pictures and they go. I used to catch my girls do it. They claim they don't do that anymore. You know, all girls claim they don't do it, but I'm like, well, I've never seen you hold your mouth like that and take pictures. All right. Y'all, this is gonna be so perfect. Here's a little chicken. Now he's looking like even more like a little chicken. All right, let's get our little inspiration up here so I can see exactly where to put it. Okay, there's this little hiney. And his little chicken actually kind of goes a little closer down there than you think. Now, y'all, don't kill me, but I don't know if I want to do him like some little orange lips. He might just have some like really yellow lips. Light yellower than, you know, maybe like his wing right there. But I cannot bust it. I don't want to do the orange. I was going to paint the carrot. Don't be upset. Since yesterday and still going, I should, hold on, I missed that. I'm seeing from New York, I've been watching in my ribbon project since yesterday and still going. I should looked at and used a pattern, but I'm having fun when my invention called Catch Me on Shark Tank. Hold on. Been working in my ribbon project since yesterday and it's still going. I should look at and use the pattern. Oh, you're saying for like a place to store your ribbon? Y'all, look at his little lips. Okay, so I'm gonna throw a little plaster on him just to cover up that pink. White is a really good, like if you have like a pattern, and Miss Jennifer taught me this, if you have like a pattern on the material or you're trying to cover up something, paint it white before you do like 600 layers of some other color. For whatever reason, the white will cover it up. I'm sure it has to do with some kind of like no pigments or you know, like the color itself or something like that. Like some kind of artist reason. Not artist reason, but you know what I mean? Like, you know how like white and black aren't colors. That kind of stuff, something. And it'll cover up that other stuff. And then put your, you know, orange or yellow or whatever it is on there. And that way you don't have to do like 600 different layers to try to cover up what's in the background. I almost want to do his feet now because that turned out so cute. Okay, I haven't put any color on it yet as far as like the chicky color. Okay, now I got to get back up saying, you make me laugh. Awesome chick, beak, freehand. It's called fish lips. Yeah, when they go. Hold on, my nephew told me what you say. If you say pure, there's some kind of word you can say that makes your lips pucker like they're supposed to. And I'm like, really? Because I'm thinking, I kind of look dumb like that. I don't know. Now, I will say there's some pictures where the girls look kind of pretty, but then, but like most of them don't look pretty. They look like they're doing their lip like that. And I'm like, please don't tell me that somebody has told you that looks good. But it's so pitiful. I mean, there's no telling. Aren't y'all glad? Can I get like a round of stars for how many people are glad that you didn't have cell phones when you were young? Because I'm telling you, I'm one of them. I'm like, thank you. God knew what he was doing when he did not give me a cell phone as a teenager, as a 20-year-old. I mean, we really don't need, and you know, kids think that, when I tell my kids that, they're like, why? You was probably so boring. You know, I know that's what they're not, I don't say that, but that's what they're looking at me like that. But I'm always like, you just don't know. You know, we all had attitudes when we were little. And Facebook, Lord have mercy, my generation don't need Facebook either. Could paint the lips yellow and just blend in some orange. Isabel, thank you so much. That's what I'm going to do. Darling, you are so amazing. This is just the cutest. Looks great. Hello. Make his lips like his wing. That's what we're going to do, Vicky. You crack me up. But I mean, it is. See, look at all those hearts coming up. Do you see the hearts? I'm telling you, none of us need, definitely this generation, but that's what I will give their age, a hand, is because they are probably a lot more mature about it than me. I'd have been a terror when I was a phone. Like when you're like a teenager and some girl makes you mad and like, because when I was growing up, how you told everybody you didn't like somebody is, you scratch their face out in the yearbook. I saw that the other day. It's like, this is how our generation said we didn't like somebody. See, I'm getting a high five. I'm telling you, our generation, they knew what they were doing. Not inventing phones yet. Because we definitely did not need them. I'm going to put just a little bit of glue, just maybe a little bit of swirls, kind of like, it looks like a little bit of fur near that little gap to kind of blend it like we did that one. But yes, I'm like, I would have been, my mama, oh my gosh, she would have probably beat me raw all the time. I would have been definitely, everybody's parents probably went, that Cynthia, man, bless her heart, they need to take that phone from her. Or when I was little, Cynthia Neely. Yeah, see, I'm still getting the hearts. Y'all know we did not need phones. We did not need Facebook. Our generation still don't need Facebook. You're very welcome. Thank you. I just got home. Glad I didn't miss you. Oh, Shannon, me too. All right, we're going to just put like a little light coating of some yellow. So it kind of looks like, he's just, this is so funny because the girls know how I feel about when I see them puckered lips. They'll look at me out the corner of their eye and I know they're holding, do you ever go somewhere with your kids and they're like holding their breath that you don't say anything to embarrass them? That's been my kids their entire life. I know they're probably thinking, oh my gosh, please stop, please stop. My mama's fixing to say something to you and it probably ain't gonna be nice, because I just have to call out somebody when they're doing something stupid. Even if they're kids. And especially that, like if one of their little friends would do it and they're taking pictures, I'll just be over there shaking my head like, looking at mine like you do it. Do it in front of me. I dare ya. I'm so glad you didn't miss me either, Shannon. What would y'all do without these bless your heart moments? And I bet y'all think all the time, her poor kids, they have went through it. Well, hold on. Let me dry his little lips so I don't mess them up. That's Neely moving with her yesterday, and I didn't move. Chris got up, drove to Atlanta, moved her. I met them there. They unloaded. He come back home, and I stayed. But y'all, remember I told you we were going to Home Goods and TJ Maxx in Athens, Georgia. It said TJ Maxx, and right under it said Home Goods, so they must have like combined their store. It was pretty awesome, but it was crowded. Everybody, I think, and their mama was out shopping yesterday. But listen, I'm telling you, they had it down pat. You know how like they have those little microphones? I mean, the next person come up to aisle 4 or register 4, they had every one of them. Like all, like 8 of the little registers come up to this one, and they were getting people out of there. I was highly impressed. But, neatly, we're walking down the store, and, people was like, when they snatch a knot and they're youngins, and I turn around because, some kids do, but then some of them, you like, feel sorry for you just want to snatch a knot in their mamas. And Neely's just sitting there probably like, oh my gosh, we got to get out of here, mama. My mama's probably fixing to go off on somebody. But it was so nice, y'all. They had like all kind of Easter stuff out. Trying to make his lips look like lips without looking like lips. Does that make any sense? Some bless your heart lips. We can have it. And y'all, the Walmart there, it was like going in the mall. Our Walmart's so bad. They had ribbon. I mean, we got a whole 2 aisles at our Walmart here of Easter, but we didn't have anything that they had Easter. They had a whole aisle of like blocks with knives in them. You know, like you buy like the knife set in the. We only have one of those. And I mean, I even told the lady that was helping everybody in the self-checkout, and I was checking out with all Neely's $1,000 worth of stuff she needed. I said, this is the nicest Walmart I think I have ever been to as far as having everything. You know, it didn't look any different on the outside. It wasn't like it was any cleaner or worse or anything. It just had stuff. I mean, it's like, that's how people say, I got this at Walmart. I'm like, what Walmart did you go to? Because I surely didn't have that. Love the chick, so cute. Hey, from Kentucky, you sound like me. I have no filter. No, Judy, I have none. But I mean, I say that about myself too. Okay, y'all, it's looking so cute. I need to quit running my mouth and get on. Okay, so we've done so good with his feet. I feel like we just need to do his feet. I mean, I like the carrots, but they may not lay flat. Cause see, like, look, you can like do the little, like, you know, the little spur things they have on the back. And I think they'll just be so cute. So hold on. See, like, look, he'll have like little, and we can paint them. Something blowing all around my face. All right, let's give up on that idea. Maybe we can put the carrots on there. Okay, so let me draw him some little legs. First, let me get him close where we can. I'm loving it, cutest I've seen. Glad I caught you this evening. Hey, Janet from Tennessee. Chick is too cute. Since COVID, our stores have such limited stock. Nothing close to what we had before. Oh, well, they had everything. I would think it would be everybody, but evidently on some places, I think that might be the excuse that our Walmart might want to give you, but they still had everything. And yeah, we're like the only one for like miles around, so there really should be no excuse why ours is just so terrible. All right, so we're having some little feet. I see you, buddy. Okay, so we drew it out just like on our little inspiration one, and we'll cut it out. I think maybe if I was doing a hanger on it, listen, if you decide to do this and you don't have it to put it on anything flat, use the carrots for feet, because then they kind of dangle down like they're supposed to. Still using that same egg, so you still don't need any other craft supplies. And really, you don't have to have legs. If I'm gonna use this little piece and say it's our inspiration, it's got feet. Feet, I should say. Canada has nothing. Makes my day to love watching. Make a Y first. Oh, Canada, like y'all don't have any supplies yet? Oh my gosh. I mean, well, our Walmarts, I don't know, does Walmart, that's just in the United States, right? Our Walmarts, if you don't know, are like our grocery stores. That was so funny when I said, y'all give me some hearts if you think we shouldn't have had phones. Bless me that I didn't have one. I just scratched face out in my annual. And I show that to the girls when I read that, when somebody said, you know, when I was growing up, we didn't have cell phones or Facebook to tell somebody we didn't like them or I'm gonna block you or whatever. We just scratched out your picture in the annual, and that is so true. So I had to go get the girls to show them. And like if the guy you didn't think was ugly to you, or you secretly probably liked him and you didn't want anybody to know you liked him, you scratched his picture out too. Or you put a big X on it. And then everybody signed them. Oh, look at me. Fixing to break it. This one ain't quite as easy because I'm doing like little humps around, but you probably could have did his feet. I probably could have done it. I'm gonna have to fix that a little bit easier than the way I did it. Not like the state stores or, hold on, not like the states for sure. You mean like a grocery store. Oh, you have Walmart, but you don't. You said Walmart is something that's in like other countries? Or just maybe can't, well, that's because you're so close. Yeah, it's our grocery store here, but that's not how it started off. Well, where I went, I remember the closest Walmart that we first got a long time ago did not have a grocery store in it. But when they built one in the town we have, it had a grocery store in it, not like the state. Love to watch you because you make so many different things that I do. Oh, yeah. You got to. I actually watched some of Crafter. I watched a couple of new people today. I love to watch other crafters because you got to get your inspiration from everywhere. I love to, like I said, just picking this up today, holding those pieces together and shifting around. I was like, oh, it looks like it could be a butterfly or bee. You know, I want to do some bee stuff this year. Because I think that it's just super cute. Chris has told me no, because, you know, the football colors. But I put it in our room anyway, that bee I painted. Okay, this is the only part that's going to give me trouble, and that's because it's... Okay. It's a little thing between their legs, a little space to indicate that it's two different feet. Made 4 of the hats that you did last week. Which hats? Oh, you're talking about the Easter Bunny upside down hat. Weren't they cute? And they're in the checkered. I keep seeing all of you. Don't forget now, if you haven't sent a request to join Sin's Crafters. That way you can post things that you've made, especially if you change them. I want to see, because sometimes I like making the same project, maybe just a different way. I can give them away, or I might like yours better and give the one I did away. Okay. This was a little bit more complicated, but because I'm doing like little toes and, or, whatever they have. Well, they have like little claw feet or, whatever. Their feetses are. I know they're not paws, but it's their, gotta be chicken feet. Don't people cook with chicken feet like that? Not Anthony Bourdain, he's the one that passed away, but the other guy that does like all that weird, goes around the world, eats all that weird food. I say it's weird because some of it I wouldn't eat for anything. All right, let me get this little, which I should have done this first. Okay, so there's our little feet. Hey, what are you making, Sue? We're making a chicken, a little baby chick. What is the trend for spring ideas 2021? I don't really know. Everybody is making paper flowers now. Everybody I turn on is dyeing coffee filters and making them. And I mean, I like them, but I've never tried it. So I told myself that I needed to try it because I love hydrangeas. And they're all making flowers with coffee filters, and they really do look really good. I mean, sometimes when you make stuff out of paper like that, it doesn't look that well. With this, they actually are really pretty. Okay. So if you want to run across those, I've just caught like the tail end of some people's crafts like that. So I'd probably need to watch it a little bit further before I try to pass it on to y'all, to you guys, how to do it. I know it's kind of like when you were a little kid and you made snowflakes. You like folded a certain way, but they really are cute. But that's kind of what I'm seeing everybody doing now. I mean, there's lots of people that still do like crafts like I do. But that's just what I'm seeing a lot of right now is people doing the... All right, let me push it together real quick. Colors for 2020 are supposed to be yellow and gray according to trendsetters. Yes, I like yellow and gray. That's what my living room is. I've seen a lot of lemon decor and beehives. Yeah, I did lemon last year. And I still have all the things. I still think I'm going to do my tablescape again this year. Lemon. It's on my cover page, what I did on it. That's like the very first thing I did was the lemon table, and we did some lemon plates. See, this is what I didn't want to happen earlier. Okay. All right, and there's his little feet, but now it looks like he's got sneakers on. What y'all say, sneakers instead of tennis shoes, because they're colored. So let's get him all painted white. Oh my gosh, y'all. I've had y'all on here for an hour and a half. Hold on. Let me quit running my mouth. We still got to put him on here and put our bow on here, but that's all we got left now. Well, we did learn how to do the plaster, so that probably took up a little time. All right. Let's give him a little... I'm going to show y'all a little bit. See when you put the glue on the paint, after you put it down, you see how it ate the paint a little bit? That's the heat from the glue. So this is our little inspiration chick. I think we did good. This is our little one. He's got white feet right now, and this is our big one. So we did pretty good. I did watch a program how to make the coffee filter flowers. Yes, I think they're so pretty. Sam, where did you buy your big M over your mantle in the window? Enjoy watching you craft. I'm from North Carolina. I bought it from a local place here called Southern Door Art. I think she does cut and ship. You'll have to look her up. I would enter Southern Door Art, and I would just enter maybe Waynesburg, Georgia, because there could be some other Southern Door Arts out there. Because I believe Jennifer ships too. But, and you could get any size you want. Like if you wanted to put it on a window like mine, just measure the window. And you can tell her, you know, that's something. She does laser cutting on wood. And I think she can do plexiglass. But I don't know if she advertises the plexiglass. I would just say wood. All right. Put a little bit of this maize on here. So cute. Where did you get the chick? The little bitty chick came from the Dollar Tree in the packs that come with, gosh, how many is in that pack? Y'all, like 10 or 5? Let's see. No. There are 8 in this pack of chicks from the Dollar Tree. They have chicks and bunnies and carrots, and I didn't get any of the carrots. They were already gone. Little baby carrots like this. All right. Fill up some of that little pit there and okay. Just now I'm getting to watch. So cute. Where'd you get the chick? Chicken feet is cute. Did you get, hold on, you did a great job on the chick. So cute. Oh, thank you. I hated I didn't do the carrots. I hate it when I want to do something and I'm not brave enough to. Because I think it would have been really cute. Thank you, Connie. You did a great job on the chicks. Oh, thank you. All right, let's try one more time and we get to put him on our board and do our bow. And I did get ribbon that I thought would hold up outside better if it rains. I won't put this out, but y'all planted about 150 tulips, and hopefully if the armadillos hadn't eaten all of them. I see probably right now around 50 or so coming up. Yes, Sandy, I did a chicken too. Are you feeling? Yes, Peggy, I'm feeling a lot better. I hadn't had any more. I mean, the only thing I had was sinus issues, which I'm gonna have, period. So it's kind of hard for me to talk about like COVID or whatever, because my symptoms were stuff that I deal with constantly. It's the changing of the weather, the sinus issue. So it's kind of different for me. I mean, but don't take, whatever happened to me. We'll kind of make it look like he's got, like they have the little chickens have those like little striped, knotty looking things. I'm gonna do some straight across stuff on his little ankle part. And do his little toes right there. Okay, well, here we go. There's our little baby chicken. He's gonna have an eyeball. And then that's gonna be it. I just dotted my finger on it. It's got a little texture on it, so I don't think I can get like a perfect little dot. But on our baby chick, didn't he have, he's got a little hair on the top. I'm trying to think if, maybe I got some pieces over here. Now I'm just playing. Oops. Looks so cute, adorable, cute. Yeah, 3. Now I'm just playing, y'all. Like y'all got stuff y'all got to do, and I'm playing. Okay. chick. Where is the little baby chick I had? Okay. Give me some little tucks of hair up top. Well, you know, why not? I started an Easter quilt today. Bunnies and carrots cannot wait to see it. I have not sewn in a long time, but I do like to sew. I don't like to take stuff in and out. Like when you sew, it takes me longer to set all my stuff up. I don't have a sewing room, so it takes me a long time to, you know, take all the stuff out. And then, you know, I've gotten on this kick where I have to put all my stuff up. You know, just it's my new thing. I need to keep my house neat. Not neat, neater, because I'm not a neat person. We'll put the little curly cue on there. And I don't want, if I have to like take it in and out, I don't do it anymore. I hadn't sewn it for, and it's so much easier to sew. Like sometimes when I hot glue something, it's so easy to like make a pillow or something, but it takes you forever to take my stuff out. I didn't put the white on it, like I've been telling y'all all night to do, to cover up those colors. And I just use little pieces, y'all, that we cut off of the other, like the bottom piece. And so now he's got like some little chicken hair on the top. Okay. So I think this is what we're left with after we did the pieces. Like we did the feet and all that, because we used the bottom of the egg. If you're, I don't know where the other one must have fell off. We used the bottom of the egg for that piece. The head part that we cut off. So we still only used the big egg and the smaller egg to make our chicken. So far we've only gotten the glue, the paint, and plus $3 into him. Woohoo! Didn't even use my carrots, so. Okay. Let's put our little chicken on here. Okay, so I'm gonna put him not straight. Hold on, let me put him on here real quick. And I'll show you how I did it. Now, my suggestion, and I should have done this before I told you, was if you're gonna put him out in the heat, don't just use hot glue, use E6000 also. The hot glue will give you the bond right now so you can finish doing your craft. But the E6000, after 24 hours, it'll give you that bond no matter if it's out in the heat. It will stay activated. All right, I put like a good little amount, so let this cool. That chicken's getting the cute about a minute. He sure is. This is the cutest thing ever. Yes, everything has a place in my sewing craft room, and everything gets cleaned up every time I work on them. See, yeah, what I mean, like if you're in a sewing room, I'm not meaning you don't have to clean it, but I'm just saying if you have your cutting things out and you're in the middle of a project and you're like, okay, it's time to go to bed or I have to go out, you can leave your project stuff right there and walk away from it. You know, when you have it out in your living room, like I do all the time because I don't want to craft alone, or on your table, if I don't put it up immediately, then it starts to add up. And I could turn one of the girls' rooms, but they're still kind of young that I want them to be able to come home and that's still their room. Now, eventually I want to get to the point where, you know, this isn't your room anymore, it's my guest room. or it's my sewing room. All right, so here we are. Our little pick is on here. And he's looking so cute. So now we get to do the fun stuff. All right, remember I had these out here. You got your spring up here that you can add like cute little letters to. You can also put letters or something on your chick. You know, you can add it up here. I'm gonna add a bow. Because what I'm gonna do with this chick is I got this stick I was gonna show you from Lowe's. It is meant for you to put like a sign in your yard. You get it says it's 3 feet long. It has this. I don't know. I don't think that I'm gonna need this long. So I probably will put it all the way to the top. Now in the fall, they made, so this is what I'll do. You can stick it down in a planter box. I mean, in like one of your pots. I'm gonna stick it near my tulips when they all are in full bloom. In the fall, they actually made like Halloween things that had like this thing that on it like this on the board that was meant to stick in the ground. Well, I think they might tell you need to put that in the ground, but it's actually made out of the same thing this is, that pressed board. So as soon as I watered one of my plants, it started to sag because, you know, it loses its shape. So if you're going to put this outside and put it near water, they have these, I think they're only like $1.67 at Lowe's. I mean, they're pretty, you know, sturdy. They're thick. I think it, you know, could, and you probably could cut this in half and make 2 out of them, depending on how tall your project is. But I'm going to put mine probably all the way to the top because I want this to be fairly low to the ground where you can, he's kind of like he's in my tulips with them. Yes, I need a she shed. Hold on, I missed what somebody said. Hold on. Don't know armadillos were in the South. Just thought in Texas or in the West. No, we got armadillos here, and they're not scared of anything. Oh my gosh, they get in my. But I'm definitely gonna put E6000 on this. They get in our flower beds and nudge around in pine straw and all that looking for grub. And I noticed some of my tulips were missing. So I'm not saying they got in there and ate some of my tulips, which they guess they could have. They were real pretty bulbs, but I could tell they had been rooting in there. So I'm hoping they didn't take a whole lot of them. But like I said, you know, out of the 3 huge bags that probably had like 50 to 70 in it, I've seen about 50 of them up. So hopefully, you know, some more will still come up. My son got married in October, moved, so I'm going to turn his room into a decorated craft room. That's what I'm thinking. Like, once it's the point where they don't come home and like stay here for any length of time, I think I'm not gonna mind turning their places in it. But they're still kind of at that age where, you know, well, Buffy's still here. Now, you know, when COVID started, she like gave up her apartment and everything and just works from home. I mean, goes to school from home. All right, so I'm going to put that kind of in front of us, out the way. And we are going to get out all the cool stuff. Now, I love this, but I don't want to bring those colors in there. And this is just, it's got that color in it. So I think I'm just going to stick to what I was going to do, original. And y'all look, I took apart my Valentine's Day. Remember we had the little heart? It's the original thing I made for Mimi, but I ended up keeping it. And I made her a bigger one. I took it apart yesterday. So I think I may make me a small, like little St. Patrick's Day something. I know I opened one of these ribbons, and I'll tell you where I got this from. This I got from Hobby Lobby. But it was on sale, and even though it was like $4 plus like 40 or whatever % off of it, there is actually a lot of ribbon on here. It's got 6 yards on here, so it's really a lot. This I got from Pottery Barn. This I got from the Walmart in Athens yesterday. Now, it was only like $4, but there's not a lot on here. I think, yeah, you only get 3 feet. I know 12 feet's on here. So for $4, that's not too bad. And this one, I think I actually got at Walmart at Christmas time. There was a lot on here. 40 feet. So there was a lot on here. And then this has 10 yards Pottery Barn. This, I think, got at the Christmas tree store for $3.99. I'm always love to pick up. You see these deals like this on just the plain. I know it's easier to pick up like a busy material, but you really need more of your background material than you need your busy material. He is so cute. Sorry, Sam, but got to turn out. I know. Go ahead. I have had y'all on here way too long. Got to get to work, as always. Keep it up. And you too, Elaine. Y'all go ahead and head out, and y'all can watch the end of it. I'll put a picture on it to see how. Now, this is kind of almost like a green color, not so much a, and y'all, we are going to make a big little messy bow for him. I think that'll be about a good size. So, y'all not going to miss a lot. Go ahead. I know you got to go to work, and I've had y'all on here way too long. And maybe we'll dovetail these bow just a little bit. And this ribbon like this, it'll tell you on there that it's not the best to get wet. But if it does get wet, it's got the ribbon in, it's got the wiring in it, so you're still going to be okay. This is the only one that won't have wire in it. But it's so little, I think we're still going to be okay with it. You know, I love my ribbon, y'all. But yes, if somebody does, especially this chick or something, with wire, not wire, with the cookie sheet, the metal, please send me a picture of it, because I think that would be so awesome. All right, there we go. So we got all this out of our way. And y'all, this has like been the best ribbon. It seems like it would go with anything, you know, especially if you were doing something kind of, almost elegant or classy. You know, it would still be really pretty in the background. Let's throw like this little color towards the back. But I really liked the striped. There's our more bird. This is why I use the fawn on the board and not so much, you know, the brown, which I think still would have been okay. I like the polka dots. We're gonna go with the polka dot and the little rabbit on top. We're gonna bring in our, where's my little bowl of jute? I think I covered it up with my ribbon. Yes, I did. Ooh, and it's kind of curly from being so close to the center. Addresses to send my pics to. Address to send my pics to. All right, Jenny. Okay, Jenny, what you need to do is go up to your search bar at the top of your Facebook app and search Sins with an apostrophe crafters, and it'll bring up my crafting page. It'll bring up a page, and the first thing you click on it, it'll say click here if you want to join. You know, it says it's like a private thing, but what that is just so anybody can't be on it, which I accept anybody. I hope I don't ever have to worry about anybody on there like being crazy or whatever. Nobody's ever been ugly to anybody on there, so I'm not worried about that part. And as soon as, and it alerts me when you do it, so I get them all the time, and I will, you know, accept you. And as soon as you accept it and you become a member, you can post on there just like you do on your personal page. So that way you can post your pictures of your crafts on there. but you have to like become a member of it first. So you're gonna have to like go up there and search it and join. Okay, y'all, I'm really thinking this is so cute. The polka dots are coming through, and then we got the little fillers in the background. I almost was gonna, let me see. How would I look if I dovetailed a couple of them? Yeah. I'm gonna leave the back not messed with. Okay, so I just dovetailed that little side. I like it either way though. I think this is just as cute. You know, a messy bow to me is, you know, whatever you think is cute, because I don't know if I've ever seen an ugly one. Even if you use colors that wasn't my cup of tea, it's still a really cute bow. Oh no, I am late, man. I'm sorry, Rhonda. And Rhonda, you thought I was coming on here super late, didn't you? I was actually about 10 minutes early, I think. But we did the plaster, making your paint out of plaster. But there's two different little ways we decided to do it. The way I showed you, and then somebody looked up the recipe with baking soda, which to me, like they said, is better because everybody has baking soda around your house. Okay. All right, like I said, and I'll show you how we're gonna put it all the way up at the top. And we're gonna use E6002, just so it'll give us that really good bond. But we're gonna have a right now bond because we're gonna also use hot glue. And this is gonna be your permanent bond. And you don't need a lot of this stuff. It works really good. All right, and I put a good little bit on mine, and mine gets really hot, so let me hold it for just a second. Then we'll put our bow on it, and then we're done. Not sure if you have them there, but we have Christmas Tree Shop. It was great ribbon for $1.99. Yes, this ribbon right here, I got at the Christmas tree for like $3.99. Now it was a lot, it was 10 yards. And it's like the bigger kind of wired burlap, but I do like there. But I don't go that often to Augusta, but yeah, I always have to hit the Christmas Tree Shop. They have good napkins there. If you like the decoupage, that's a good place to go. And there, this year was the first year I actually bought Christmas tree ornaments in there, I think, that I can remember. And they had really cute little Christmas tree ornaments. So we're just gonna put our little bow right up here. I mean, you could put it down below if there was something you wanted to put up top, especially like your name. This would be a real good, cute little idea if you have to put the numbers on your home out front so delivery people can know which, you know, house is yours. You could put your numbers up there and then put your bow down at the bottom. I really love this little knit stuff. It's just such a good filler, and it's so pretty. I have a little one too. See on the back, it makes it look really pretty. So we're gonna put ours towards this little corner so I don't cover up too much of his cute little hair and stuff. All right, one more little poke and I think we'll be done. You always make the cutest bows. Oh, thank you. This is so cute. I love chicks. Coming in late. Sins Crafters. Rosemary, thank you so much. I wish I was like, I'm just like technology challenged. I don't know the good word for that, but I'm not really good at that. I'm so glad you're able to do that for people, because the only thing I know to tell them is to search it. And I wouldn't think there's another Sins Crafters, but evidently somebody said there is another Sins Crafters. Come in late. But thank you, Rosemary. So, who was it that asked me that? Let me get back up and see the name. Whoever just asked me about that, please click on what she just showed that says Sins Crafters. And when you click on that, it should ask, you know, like a join button. Click on that join button and it'll send me a notification that someone wants to join. And all I have to do is accept you. And as soon as you do that, you can post on it just like your personal page. You have to go to your groups each time you want to do it, because you just post on your personal page. But look, the thing about this is too, is the back. I thought, you know, in your yard, you're going to be able to see that. But I'm not going to show you. I'm just going to kind of explain, you know, do a little explaining on what I'll do. I brought my material right here. A burlap is really good to cover up the back because it's going to be outside. I'll take a piece of material, and you can paint this part right here, but if you wanted to clean up your back, you can paint it all. Or you can take like a piece of material and just glue it, you know, to your back edges, and it cleans up all that. The burlap is really good for that. I forgot, Big Chris brought me a bunch of burlap. I may just do the burlap. But remember, burlap may see these dark colors, so you may want to throw just a little bit of white paint on it and then put it on. That way, it just looks a little bit more professional. It doesn't look like, look, we use 600 things to put it together. But here's our little chickie chick. And he is going to be in the yard. Oh, I'm trying to hold him a little bit closer because the stick's not letting me do it so close. So I may wait until tomorrow so I can stick him in the ground for you and see where he goes. You know, where he looks like outside. I don't have to work on Monday, so I'll be here to do that. So I'll do that. You won't see a picture of him tonight. But I'll wait and put him outside tomorrow. My tulips aren't blooming yet, but I still think he'll look really cute. But these little holes you can fill up that has the little thing at the bottom, you could always put another little thing, but I'm scared that when they're blooming and I stick this down, whatever I have right here would be covered up. So whatever you do, I would say, like the bow, put it at the top. Oh my gosh, thank y'all. I'm glad y'all like him. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I wish I would have put E6000 behind him. I can see it getting up to 85 outside and go outside. My chick sitting on the ground. He just fell apart. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry I held y'all up so much tonight. You know, I get to doing this 2 hours. And I know we probably didn't make paint, but 20 minutes. So it shouldn't have taken us an hour and a half to make our baby chick. But I like him. All right. I will see you ladies tomorrow. Y'all have a good rest of your weekend.